man, we're gonna die.
Uh-huh.
And once we're dead, we're dead.
Yeah.
Like, we can't do a thing about it. Like, that just makes me feel like keep going, man.
Yeah.
Like, don't stop. One of the main reasons I entered the Ironman was to make like an influence in this world, because we're only here for like one time. Like, I just knew that like the Ironman would take me down a path and would inspire others to like see how much like you can change in a year, and push my body and push myself. So every time I step in the gym, every time like I wake up, it's for a purpose. Like, and then that really like hit a spark in me. It was like we don't get another life. And if I am going to continue down this path, will I be satisfied at the end of my life? And like I was asking that question, no, I won't be satisfied.
We rolling? All right. Welcome back to the Tool for Rise podcast, where we document the rise of stardom of Winnipeg's talent and personalities. Like, comment, subscribe. Great episode for you today. I think you're going to be motivated. I think you're going to be inspired to make yourself a better day, blah, blah, blah. Introduce this man.
I mean, judging by the shoes on the table, you already know what this episode is about. Let's bring on our guest for today. He's a 20-year-old hybrid athlete who's approximately 2 months away from his first Ironman. He's a content creator, an entrepreneur. Please welcome Blake Jacques.
Let's go. Big man. In the
Yeah, what's up, everyone? So yeah, just want to clear something up. You said Jacques, but guess it. Do you think it's Jacques?
It's his Jacques?
No, it's Jake's.
Jake's?
Yeah, no one gets it. I
Really?
don't blame you. Like, no one's got it right.
I blame YouTube pronunciations for that.
Oh, really?
Because all last night I was like, okay, the worst thing is I don't want to mispronounce anyone's last name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've done that so many days in the past, and it's like, okay, they're like, oh, it's a French name for like Jake or something.
Are you French?
Yeah, I was born in France.
Okay.
But no,
Yeah.
I'm not French at all.
Okay, because
Yeah,
we were rehearsing last night, and we're like,
yeah.
sounds like a French name.
Yeah.
but-
I don't blame you. Like,
Okay. So
you can't really see Jake's in the name.
Jake's.
It was just like
Jakes.
from Britain, and it was like, I think it was spelled Jakes, and then when like they immigrated, it was like switched over to
So Blake Jacques.
Blake Jakes. Yeah,
There we go.
nice,
That's a
nice
solid-
2-syllable.
solid
Yeah,
name.
2-syllable.
Solid name. All right, Mr. Blake Jacques, tell us what you're about. You know, we gave you a little intro,
For sure.
but
Yeah,
I'm sure there's more to this story. So tell us what you're about and what
For
you're
sure.
doing.
Nice. Yeah. So like he said, I'm a couple, like I think I'm like 42 days away from the first Ironman Texas. So right now it's just like the build phase, getting ready for the Ironman. I run a social media marketing agency. Like, I help clients with like influencer management, like content creation. And then just in my life, like it's just like content creation and trying to like inspire people through videos, as I know that's going to take people like into a new level in the life, and just show them what I'm doing every day to inspire them to do like what they actually want to do. So that's where I really find a passion in like trying to like inspire others like through doing the Ironman. Because one of the main reasons I entered the Ironman was it was for myself, like my brain, like just to see how far I can push the limits, but also to inspire other people. Like, man, I'm not a runner, I'm not a biker, like I'm not a swimmer. Yeah, I was into like hockey and like working out, but just getting into this like more of the mindset type of stuff. That's what I really enjoy, and really like inspiring others to kind of push their limits in any parts of life. Like,
Bro, you're 20 years old, right? Like, what 20-year-old is running an Ironman in 2 months, you know?
yeah,
Where did that switch start? I mean, you were a hockey player at the start, right?
yeah.
So where did that switch start to become like an endurance athlete?
Yeah, so I'll just kind of give you the background of how I kind of got into like quitting hockey and like letting that be like my kind of past. It was like when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Like I barely had a first 18-year-old season, and then the 19-year-old season we played like I think 9 games, and that was like last year. So, and then like my uncle passed away in January, so that was like 3 months. So that was a year ago today, or not today, but like this month-ish. Sure. And then that really like hit a spark in me. It was like we're gonna die.
Yeah.
So I was like, why would I continue doing something like I've been doing it for my whole life. I'm passionate about it, but like I have more passions in like say entrepreneurship or starting businesses or like trying to make like an influence in this world, because we're only here for like one time. Like we don't get another. Oh, sorry. Like we don't get another life. So that's the switch that sparked in me for my uncle passing away. Just like I am going to die, and if I am going to continue down this path, will I be satisfied at the end of my life? And like I was asking that question in my head, I was like, no, I won't be satisfied. So that's when I kind of flipped the switch to like put hockey in the background of my life and then start a new path and a new like kind of career, like a whole new career. Like doing like the marathon as I did like a training split from like June to September, like a 3-month block. Like I wasn't a runner before, and then that's what kind of got me into like the endurance sports, because I was always like working out and like doing like fitness and stuff, but I just want to put like a passion towards something in the gym. So that's when I kind of like signed up for the marathon, and then that's when that's why I had like an inspiration to do the marathon, is just like push my body and push myself. So every time I step in the gym, every time like I wake up, it's for a purpose. Like I know what my purpose is, to inspire others, to like run this marathon and just to like do as much as I kind of can while I'm still here and enjoy it, because this is the path I kind of want to go down. And then in September, that was the end of the marathon, and then I was like, I usually had hockey in the winter, so now I have all this free time of like I just like have my agency, and then I have all this free time. I love being a content creator, and I just knew that like the Ironman would take me down a path and would inspire others to like see how much like you can change in a year, and just like to like pursue a passion and like be consistent with it. So that's how I kind of like got into the Ironman like building phases, and then now I'm here. So I'm really loving where it's going, and I'm very passionate and very like fortunate of where it's kind of taken me this far. So
no, we could definitely tell, because we were scrolling through your Instagram yesterday and figuring out, and just by like looking at your growth, because you document everything.
Yeah,
you're like, this guy is just like putting in work day after day after day.
It's all that. It's like all consistency.
Where do you get that from?
I fully think it is like the hockey aspect of it, because I was like at a very high hockey level. So that's where I think it's helped me in a lot of ways. Like just being like, like when we're on the ice, when we're like working out, when we're training, like we have to be there. So I think that fully carried me into other areas of my life, like say the agency stuff and the Ironman and training stuff. So I think it's definitely for my hockey and my past and like my family and everything, and all my friends like helping me out, and just honestly like the influence of like YouTube and stuff, and like just social media influencers and like their kind of mindset and them helping others. Like, because I know how much I was affected by, say, that YouTuber like Nick Bear. I love him. Like you know I'm doing that.
Yes, man. That's what I was gonna bring that up, and I'm like, yo, your content looks very like similar to Nick Bear's. And I love that because I'm such a fan of his content.
Yeah,
like, it's amazing. So that I'm glad that you brought that up, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, but like that's why I like love doing content creation as well, because I knew that those YouTubers, those influencers sparked a passion in me. And just for me to kind of like bring that out in one person, if that piece of content, if this YouTube video, if this TikTok, if this Instagram post, if this Instagram story sparks something in someone, like, oh, that's so sick, because it happened to me. I don't know if it was a video, but it was like my uncle's death, and then just like from when I was like younger, like just watching all those like motivational stuff. Like I'm sure we all have searched up like how to go to the gym more, and then it's like a hype video of like The Rock or like
working out.
Yeah.
It's about drive. It's about power.
yeah. We stay humble. We do that. Yeah.
But then going from that and actually applying that, I think that's the difficult part.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone can watch the video, and I've done it myself too. I'll watch the video of The Rock waking up at 4 a.m.
And that's the thing. I think like for me, myself, I was in that point, but I just found a purpose as to why I was doing it. Because when we just watched the video, like I posted a video about like how to be productive. It was 3 points, but the one main point I made was know your true passion and know your value behind it. Because if you're just doing it, like that's purely just motivation from that video. You don't have like like a why behind it. But my why is like, and like I'm sure other people will have their why as to why you're maybe going to school for this. Like you have a why to, I want to get a degree in like psychology or whatever your kind of degree is in. But my why is like, man, we're gonna die, and once we're dead, we're dead.
Yeah.
Like we can't do a thing about it. And when we're on like our deathbed, like I know this is a very sensitive subject. Like no one really talks about death, but I think it just will really change our mindsets moving forward of anyone, of like we're going to die, and just to have that kind of why behind why I do it and why I am consistent and I like do it every day, like do it day in day out. That's my why. And just like feeling you, what position you were in when you kind of didn't, like you did it for like a day or like a week or even a month, and then it dies off. I just think that's because you maybe don't have like your why yet. Like it took me a while. It took my uncle's death. It's maybe takes like one of your family's death, and some people might not even find their why. But I just know that like my content, I want my content to inspire people to find their why, because like this is their lives, and I found that out by content and stuff. So
This is very similar to what Denzel Washington said. He said, if you're on your deathbed and surrounding you are the ghost of your unfulfilled potential.
Yes.
And they're looking down at you and they're like, you could have been this person. What does that make you feel, man?
Like that just makes me feel like keep going, man.
Yeah.
Like don't stop. Like I know like that, it's funny because I use that, like I always use that audio over my my hype videos kind of thing. And yeah, that's like, if that doesn't, I think that inspires everyone.
Yeah.
Like, would that not just inspire everyone? Like, you're on your deathbed, and God shows you images and things you could have done if you actually pursued that and stopped maybe, like, doing things that, like, you're just lazy to do maybe. But, yeah, I just think finding your why, and that's a motivator for sure, man.
But the thing is, like, imagine you're, like, I don't know, like 9 o'clock, I'm sitting in my bed, I'm watching these videos. Of course I'm going to feel motivated.
Yeah.
Like, I'm motivated. I'm like, yo, tomorrow 6 a.m., let's go. I'm going for like a 10-mile run. You wake up, that's where it starts, man. Like, okay, yeah, motivation is only going to get you to point.
Yeah.
But where do you, like, find that switch in terms of be like, okay, I actually got to do this?
My why.
It all comes back to that, right?
Fully.
And how often do you think about your why?
Like every day when I meditate.
It's a constant thing.
Every single day. Like when I wake up at, say, like, some days I wake up at like 5, some days I wake up at 5:30. Like whenever I kind of wake up, right as soon as I get out of bed, I like meditate. And that really puts every day, it puts my passion and why am I here? What is my why? What is my purpose? And that, like, I think meditation for me, and I know that people that have got into meditation, that will really like focus themselves and put themselves on their path every single day. So that's where I kind of like, that's where I feel that it kind of drives me every single day, is just reminding me of my why every morning when I meditate. So
do you like envision what you're going to do for the day, or like what's the meditation process looking like? Are you manifesting certain goals or aspirations, or is it like, okay, I'm in the moment, I'm trying to just calm my body for the rest of the day? What's that meditation process like?
So it's like kind of different every day. Like when you're getting into meditation, now I do it for about like 30 to 45 minutes every morning. But when I was starting, it was just like a quick, like, honestly, it was so hard. Like I was like, who can do this? Like this is so, like, I can't do this.
Exactly.
But just finding your routine and what works for you. But for me, it's just how I'm feeling that day. Do I want to, like I do manifestation. I do, like I kind of have a routine. So every morning, like I have a big list of like, say I want to like own the day, or say I want to like manifest my dreams, or say I know that this will come true. I have like links below that in my notes. Like it's pretty simple. Like if you find a meditation you like, then just put that in your notes, put that link there. And then it's kind of like what I'm feeling today. So today I felt like I wanted to just like let it flow. Like I think the mantra was I forget, but it's like let the universe just like flow. Like it's just gonna flow. Like you can't control everything. You just can control what you can do and your thoughts and your thought process. and your feelings. So that's where I really feel that like I like start the day off right, and then when I manifest, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like, man, I know that I'm going to do this. So then I like have a meditation link. So the guided meditations are like 15 minutes.
Sure.
So I do like the manifestation one, the like just like flow, like maybe today, like maybe I'm feeling more stress or more like kind of anxiety for like today, or maybe the podcast. But just like let it flow. And then some days I do the manifestation one.
Are there days that it doesn't happen? Right? Like, so sometimes, if we look at like Nick Bear and
Fully.
other people and, we just say, oh, woke up at 5 a.m. today, woke up 5 a.m. today. And then sometimes it's like, you try it yourself. And yes, you wake up at 5 a.m. majority of the days, but some days you're just like, man, I don't want to get up today. Are those days, do you have those days, and how do you combat those?
Yeah. So like getting up for me isn't a problem.
Sure.
Like some days I feel like it's after like what's on the day. That's kind of how it kind of goes about that. Like when I get up, I put my phone, like this is a tip for anyone listening to this. You've probably heard it too, but you set your alarm like you have to get up.
Yeah.
Like to set the alarm off. Like not like, okay, I'll just like tap my like, okay, snooze. So you have to get up. And then at that point, like some days I like, okay, like 30 more minutes. But then I'm like I can't like go to sleep because like I have a pretty like strict like sleeping schedule. Like I like go out some nights and like hang out with friends, but majority of the nights like I go to bed like around like 9:45 to 10:15, and just my rhythms of sleep, I don't like feel like bogged down.
Sure.
Kind of thing. So it's just like waking up at my top of my sleep cycle, so I don't wake up in a deep sleep and like groggy. Because I just read a sick book. It's like your sleep cycles and stuff. But how do I combat days when I'm like not wanting to get up? Like honestly, man, after the meditation, it's tough to find me in like a bad spot. Yeah, I have like bad workouts. Maybe I don't feel the best, but after the meditation, even when I feel like, say I wake up groggy some days, and after that meditation, I just feel uplifted. I don't feel like bogged down. But that's just like finding your routine. Like I've done this for like 8 months. So I think it's just finding like your like kind of routine that works for you. Cause this is like, maybe you don't want to wake up and meditate, but maybe find something that's good for you. Maybe a morning walk. But yeah, I think that's a huge part, just to know that like this is your journey and this is your routine. Like it's not going to work for everyone. And just go forward like that. So,
I mean, there's going to be days where you're going to be like sore, man. It's like you're getting leg cramps in the middle of the night, you know?
Man, yeah.
Like it's going to be hard for you to get up one day. So I'm curious to see like what was that learning curve like, right? Obviously, like you're a hockey player, getting into endurance sport, that's two different journeys.
It's so different.
Yeah. So like what was that process like for you?
It was just sticking to like, I know that like if I stick to something for a period of time, then I will like stick to it. But then when I get off it, or maybe like I let my mind slip, or say like I say yes to something that I know that'll set me off, like my routine. I think it was just me allowing me to say no, or me allowing me to not go forward with something that I know that like, oh, like why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like this is gonna set me off for so many days. So I think it's just like allowing yourself to kind of be like dedicated and persistent for sure, and very like just knowing like, well, man, this is gonna mess me up for the next like 6 days, so I might not be able to do this. Sorry.
And yeah, you're definitely gonna wake up days tired. You're running an Ironman,
Yeah.
and you're training for an Ironman.
Yeah.
So for the people who don't know, explain what the Ironman, what it consists of, and how are you going about training for this?
Sure. Yeah. So the Texas is a half Ironman, so it's a 70.3, so 70.3 miles, and then I'm doing one in April 3rd in Galveston, Texas, like on the coast there. It'll be sick. And then on August 28th is the full one in Penticton, BC. So that'll be cool too. It's like Okanagan Lake.
Sure.
But the half Ironman is 1.8 kilometer swim, 90K bike, and then a half marathon, so 21.3 kilometers. And then the full is just double. So what is that? Like 3.6K,
Yeah.
3.6.
180,
We'll put up the-
112. I think 112 kilometers or something.
112 miles. Yeah.
Miles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like 70.3.
Right.
So it's like 140.6. So.
Yeah.
We'll put them up on the screen right
But
here.
they're
For
crazy
sure, yeah.
numbers though. Actually, I think I have them on the I
Yeah.
have them on the phone here. Let me pull it
Man,
up.
I don't know. Like, that's a lot. No,
Yeah.
is that not a lot?
Yeah, so it's so it consists of 2.4 miles of a swim, 112 miles of biking, and then you do a full marathon, which is 26.22 miles after that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That seems like a lot, right? No?
Yeah.
Is it just me? Or
yeah, bro. Like,
'Kay, I
I
thought-
bike. I ride my bike around the neighborhood. It's like a 30-minute drive. I was gonna say like a 30-minute bike. But then like you hop off, man. Like my legs, my quads are like so tight. It's like, yo, there's so much blood flowing through. I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then-
yeah.
But then like I try to walk and it's like, yo, but like how do you manage that and go into like your run, man? That's like one of the hardest things.
It's definitely the consistency of my training. Like
Yeah.
at the start, no, yeah, I was feeling
You're
that.
crazy.
But when you're, yeah, but when you're training for like months on end, like being like pretty consistent and having a schedule and going and sticking to your program, it's gotten a lot easier. Like after my marathon, like I didn't have a training schedule. I just like ran. I knew I was gonna finish the marathon. Like I couldn't have stopped. But just from June until September, like I can't. I didn't have a plan. I was just like, okay, let's do a marathon. Like in
Yeah.
September, I don't have training. I don't have hockey training because I always like dedicated the summer for like skating and hockey and training and stuff. But I just dedicated that summer to the marathon. And then after the marathon was done, like me and my friend Jordy, we were like, man, we're not doing this again. Like this is our legs, like we could barely walk. And then we were talking about, yeah, man, there's no way we can do an Ironman. So then like a weekish passes. And then I was like, okay, I'm feeling good. Like, man, like I don't want to train for the next marathon a year down the road. So let's just like sign up for the Texas Ironman. So yeah.
That's a big jump, man.
Yeah, it's good that I'm doing the half before the
Yeah.
full because it's like getting me into it, but it's still long. But it's for sure been like the training and the consistency has fully like it's like you say, it's like hard to like walk after biking, and if you do that for like 2 months, like
Yeah.
you will progress.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like I've been into like when I was like younger and like hockey, I was like into like the pushing weights and like like you see like progress,
Yeah.
but you see a lot more progress in endurance.
Yeah.
Because like you would maybe gain like I don't know how many pounds of muscle a year, like maybe 5 to whatever, but just the progress you can see, like from my progress over the past 8 months of like now I can do a full 5-6 hour workout. The progress there, like it can progress so much more than muscle building. So that's why I think it's like pretty tool to do.
Even the training regimen for an Ironman, man, is crazy. You're training like 6 to 5 hours a day.
Oh no,
Whereas-
no.
No?
No, so today is a 5-hour workout. So it's or is it 4? Yeah. So it's 2 hour 45-minute bike and then like a hour and a half run. So that's 4 hours and 15 minutes. But the weekends is more like the long stuff, and then the week is like just hour to 2 hours of working out. So it's not like people think it's like, man, every day for like 8 hours,
I
but
blame Nick Bear for that.
yeah, he's a crazy. I love him, man.
Yeah,
I
he's
want to
insane.
get into like just the running and the like
Yeah.
the working out after like I do the August one, like
Yeah.
maybe get into like CrossFit and stuff and just like explore other like things. Like I want to hike. I know I want to like summit mountains and stuff.
The 100 kilometer ultra marathon, is that what's next?
David
Go one
Goggins style.
mentality.
I don't.
David
Yeah,
Goggins style?
yeah. Like it'll be something more. Like
Yeah.
like the go on more. Like I
Yeah.
love his like word. I'm still like looking for a kind of a
Similar.
something like to tell like for like my personal brand. But for him, yeah, it's just like go on more
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, okay, so what's the training looking like for you? Are you holding like threshold workouts during the week and then longer distance running in the weekend, or what's the Ironman training?
So right now it is mostly getting ready for the workout, getting ready for the race because it's only like 45 days away. So now it's just like getting ready to my equipment, getting ready to my gels. I'm using the same like supplements that they provide. But right now, like on the weekends, yeah, like today, like it's gonna be a tough one. Like that's
Yeah.
a threshold. Like that's my race pace of biking and running. And then tomorrow I have like a 2.2 kilometer swim, so that's just over the race one, because then you have to bike after and stuff.
Yeah.
But during the week, it's mostly like speed stuff. So like sprinting on bike, sprinting on running, and then like pool sprints. And man, like pool sprints, that's the hardest workout ever. Like a
Yep.
pool sprint, like
Sure.
man, you can't breathe, like you don't have like oxygen, like it's just it's a super humbling experience for like
Yeah.
all the swimmers out there.
Yeah.
You started this how much? You said 8 months ago?
So
Or-
that was like my beginning of like my marathon
Oh,
journey.
okay.
And then I started training in like mid-September
Okay.
on, so I think that's like about a couple months. Like,
And then what was like
5.
the first day like for you? Do you remember the first day? And was it, and compared the first day to like now, like this weekend?
I don't remember
Oh,
the first
okay.
day, not gonna lie, but I was doing like some swimming like workouts when I was training for my Ironman, just cause like, or sorry, for my marathon, cause just like running every day when I was just starting, I was like, man, I can't like hold this
Yeah.
like this pace and stuff. So like that's what definitely got me into that, is like the swimming and like my friends' pools and stuff. Just like laps, like it's like 8 meters, but like we made it work.
Man, I mean, like I go and swim once in a while now, and like I
Oh,
think
really?
yeah,
Nice.
I went last week,
Nice,
and
dude.
bro, it's like in the U of M swimming pool, so I think it's like 100 meters. Bro, I did one lap there.
Oh,
I was dead, man. It's like one of the hardest because it's so different, right? Like it's
we're
like,
walking,
yeah.
we're running, we're
Yeah.
on our feet.
Yeah.
We're not fish,
Yeah.
man. Like, yeah.
it's so different. So I was like, man, midway, I'm like 50 yards. I'm like in my brain, I'm like, yo, Arsh, go one more, go one more. Like this is where you're built. But like, what are you thinking when you're doing your workouts, right? Like, are you like envisioning you're like in the Ironman getting ready, or are you just like, yo, I'm in this, and this is where I grind. Like this is where I build that Ironman.
I kind of like it's different every day, like how I'm feeling kind of thing. But some days, like I just don't listen to music. Some days I listen to podcasts. Some days I listen to like EDM music. Like let's get going for like the sprinting runs.
Yeah.
But I think it's for me like a work, like it's this, like I was saying, like having a purpose to my workouts, and workouts for me are just like a stress reliever. Like it gets me like in my own zone, like in my own mood. So like I do envision, like I remember like when I was doing the marathon, I was like running and like, damn, I was like, there's a finish line, and like just pretending and like manifesting. But I for sure do that. I for sure do some things that will help me, but it's just like this is my time to like work out, and like time for like my body to like progress this in the gym. So I think it's super cool. And like you're saying, like swimming,
Yeah.
I love swimming because there's absolutely no distractions. You don't have music, you don't have your phone, you're in the water with your own thoughts, and like you honestly like think about thing. You're like, no, it's not all like let's go.
Yeah.
Just because like endurance is like endurance. Like it's like a 45-minute workout. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be playing EDM, you know, like
Yeah.
it's tough. I'm not used to that, because like hockey, it's like 45 seconds, you're going full out, full
Yeah.
out. Same for working out. That's what my workout regimen was. But now it's like, okay, hold like 130 heart rate for
Yeah.
5 hours. Like,
Yo,
Yeah.
that would be insane.
yeah, it's been a pretty cool journey. So
And now let's also talk about your content as well, because
Yeah.
you're documenting your whole process
yeah,
and how John's in here filming.
yeah.
So what inspired you? Was it through Nick Bear, through the people you watched, and also why the whole content scene?
Yeah, so I've always like I don't have these videos still up cause like I've changed like paths. Like I'm not into like shoes and stuff, cuz I was doing like YouTube videos. I was always into like the YouTube scene. Like I've always wanted to like be like a YouTuber, like inspiring people. But just like I got into TikTok, and like I grew like quite a bit there, and then that's like I kind of put that on the back. Like I didn't think anything of it, but now like that's what I do for like as a like my job, like helping other brands and businesses with say content creation or influencers. But for the YouTube, it's mostly to document my journey and to just to have that there. So say when I'm older, or say like people want to be inspired by it, like I obviously want to take it like bigger than it is now, and I know it'll take time and consistency, but I know that if I stay consistent with it, like it will grow. So that's where I kind of am on like the content creation side of it with YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. So
That there is a whole like different aspect, like especially going into your Ironman. I've seen you're doing a GoFundMe.
yeah,
And whoever
I didn't even
donates,
mention that. Yeah,
whoever donates is getting a name put on the jersey.
yeah,
And you're doing this for mental health. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to see like where did that like idea come from?
So that fully came from my marathon. Is that like I just ran it for myself. I was like, man, this should be more than me.
Yeah.
And like the Ironman's bigger. I knew it would have like inspired more people. So I wanted to have those like people that donated and like start something behind it, like like a purpose on top of a purpose. Like for
Yeah.
me, on top of that purpose of like getting those people like engaged in my kind of journey and my like race, and to have a part on my jersey, because I know that that would kind of raise something in them, like, oh, like he's doing this, like maybe I should like get into like running or something.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like it's a full suit. I have like some brands here, and then like everyone's name that donates like on the front, and then like a cool like mental health logo, and like 100% of proceeds are going to the Canadian Mental Health Association, just because I know that like it's a tough time for everyone. Like, yeah, I go through my stuff too. But yeah, just finding that why and just knowing that like it's okay. Like we all have rough days. So
That's very admirable.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Do you envision your life like let's say after this Ironman's done?
Yeah.
Right? What's next? What is next? Like how far can you take it, and how far are you willing to take it?
Like regarding that, like far in the future, not too sure. Just cause like it's getting to a point in my life, like I want to take this content creation and my like kind of like inspirational journey to another level, and maybe like going to like move around, like work with other influencers and stuff, and
Sure.
like kind of go to some other like spots and like kind of move like in the States or stuff like that. But yeah, for now it's just like focus on this event and then see what the future holds for me.
And you're also a business owner too, right? You
Yeah.
do social media marketing.
I do like social media. Like I do a lot within like social media. It's like influencer management, like helping influencers, helping brands on say social media or TikTok, content creation for some brands, but like consulting for influencers and that sort of thing.
So then what is your time management looking like? How are you
Yeah.
prioritizing certain things out of the other?
Yeah, so that's a huge part of my day. Like I have to do that.
Yeah.
If I have to get this workout in, if I have to edit this YouTube video, if I have to post this, like Instagram or TikTok, like it's fully, my day is fully like micromanaged, if you want to say, and
Sure.
there's some time at the end of the day for me to like chill and like have a glass of wine, like if I kind of want to chill and read and stuff. But I'll just bring you through my whole day. So
Yeah,
let's do
let's do
that.
it.
Let's
Let's do it.
go through a day in the life in 2 minutes. So I wake up at like whatever 5:30. I meditate for like 30 to 40 minutes. And then like I usually go for a 10 to 15 minute walk, have a nice stretch, and then like while I'm stretching, I'm like reading too, just to like put two things together. And then after that, I kind of get into my first work block. And then after that first work block, like if it's meetings, if it's like editing, if it's content creation, if it's like some management type of stuff, then I do that. And then I try to like get my workout in between the day, just because I have like meetings later in the day too. So from like 3 to say 5:36. So in the middle of the day, I like doing it then, because then that energizes me for the rest of the day. Because if I do it in the morning, like I was doing that, and my routine changes every like 2-3 weeks. So I'd be like, okay, like if I want to implement this, and maybe this will help me in this way. But just working out like midday will energize me for the end of the day, because I'm already energized in the morning. Like I don't need anything more in the morning. So it kind of like is like, what's it, two birds, one stone.
stone.
Yeah. It's like it energizes me throughout the day, and I get my workout in. So that's why I do that midday, and then like I have meetings and like work from like 3 to 6 to like 7, 8, like whatever kind of the day has in hand. And then after that, like I chill, like stretch, read, and then bed by like 9:30, 10.
Are you also a student?
No,
No, okay.
I did,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, man, being a student
Yeah.
and trying to balance.
I'm
all
also
those
a 5-course student.
Yo, this
I was
guy.
gonna say, man, I think that's crazy. Like, do you ever feel like if you don't follow a routine, you're gonna be all over the place, or like the day is not what you want it to be?
Yeah, like, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And then it's just getting back. Like the next morning, I do like, okay, like the universal
Listen,
show me signs.
yeah.
Like just calm. Like say something goes wrong. This has brought a lot out of me too. Is like how I'm going to handle the day. Is like it's the book. It's called like The Secret. It's just like the energy, like the rules of manifestation. Like your thoughts create your feelings, and your feelings create your reality. So like when you're in a day and something bad goes wrong and you just get so negative things keep happening because you're just thinking negative thoughts. So once something bad happens, I knew it was for a reason, and I like, okay, man, like it's okay. Let's move on. It happens. But yeah, just like finding like just trying to be positive in any situation, and then going back to your why.
Yeah.
Like we will die, so why be negative, right? So
Are you an energy guy? Do you believe in energy in the world, and what you put out comes back to you? Stuff like that?
yeah, I've been like researching and stuff, and like reading about it and stuff, and I really like find it's very interesting, and I've for sure seen it work for like manifestation. Like for example, when I started my agency in May, so like 10 months ago, let's say, one of my first manifestations was me like working at my laptop because it's all online and have like a beautiful view. And like it, when I went to Portugal and Sweden on a trip, like for some client work and just like for myself kind of thing. And I think I left November to like December. I was working at my laptop with like a beautiful scene. I'm like, wow,
You
like,
did it.
damn, yeah. And just being here, like just seeing like my growth in like YouTube and TikTok, like I've always wanted to know I did that, like to do this and manifest it and really see my vision in the future. Like I know what I'm going to do, and I just feel like it's already happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the power of manifestation.
Yeah,
man.
because like thinking about it, like time,
Yeah.
like that's made up time.
It's a bold
Is it-
statement. That's
Okay.
a bold
Yeah.
Really?
Explain.
Like the clock.
Yeah.
Like right, like yeah, I don't know, like that I read that somewhere, and it's just like it's like I'm just trying to like comprehend that stuff.
Sure.
It's very like there's a lot of like stuff with energy and just
Yeah.
like seeing that type of stuff.
No,
But
like I do agree. Time is
yeah,
weird in the sense
Yeah.
that like you only have a finite amount of it. If
Yeah.
you use it properly, something happens, and if you doesn't, it's gone forever. You can never get it back.
yeah,
So I do understand a little bit about what you're saying.
Like we've talked about manifestation on the podcast like multiple times. Like bro, like the power of like believing it, feeling it, like you're in the moment.
that's what
True.
it is.
Yeah,
And then when it comes to life, you're like, oh man,
you did it.
I did it. Like
Yeah.
this is what I've been waiting
Yeah.
for. So was that at the start of your marathon journey? Like, did you believe it then? And then when you crossed the finish line, you're like, this is what I've been doing it for.
Yeah. Yeah. It's for the marathon for sure was.
Yeah.
And I just think like for like when like your journey, like that's what I've noticed for the marathon after I cross the finish line is like that's it. Like like the next thing I
Yeah.
guess. But just focusing on like the journey, cuz that's only like the finish line, and just like really believing and like really awarding yourself during the journey. Okay, today was my first like 5K run. Let's go. Like
Yeah.
that's so nice. And just like putting that effort behind every day and just like kind of feeling good about every day. Like if you put the effort into every single day, and then the end, like I know the Ironman like it's going to be hard, but I think the hardest part is the training.
Yeah. No.
Like that's just preparing me for that one day. So I think it's just getting back to like the journey and the process and just enjoying it, because you'll be done this journey.
Yeah.
And like that'll all be gone. Like if you just feel like crap like the whole time, be like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And then you're done. Oh, I wish I was in that spot way back there.
Yeah.
So that's why like I really like just starting, and like because I know I'll be looking back and like really wanting to like be in this position again. Like we all like we wish we were maybe in spots like 5 years down the road. Oh, I wish I was there. I wish I worked hard. I wish I like pursued my passion back then. But now it's 5 years later, kind of thing.
Regret is not a good feeling to have.
Not at all. Yeah.
Because if you look back and you're like, I could have done that.
Yeah.
Man, you just had to do this,
Exactly.
this, and this, and like, why?
Yeah.
One question I have for you is, do you think you'll have a what now moment? For example, like many athletes, NFL players or basketball or any players, their whole journey is like, okay, I want to win the championship. And they'll train for so long and work so hard. And once they win the championship or they win the Grammy or they do whatever, they feel lost. Do you envision that moment, or what do you think you're feeling after the marathon is done, after the finish line is complete, after you've got your accolades?
Sure. 100%.
What's that going to feel like?
I think it would feel similar to like the end of the marathon. Like I was like, hey, like what now? Like, you know, and just like finding like what you want to do, like maybe like plan for another event or put like your passions and your purpose to something else. Like who knows? Like I think it's just always like like it always flows. It like I was saying, like it flows. Like you'll do what like you will kind of be meant to do. So
what's the future looking like for you in terms of like, I know you're going into your your Ironman, but like anything for your agency or anything for your athlete wise, like what's the future looking like for you?
For like athlete wise, it's just like doing it for like other people. Like it's for like me, it's for like fitness and to see how far I can go, but then just getting back to like inspiring people and like really like trying to help people and like to find their passions and stuff. So I think that's the why behind that, like the athletic stuff and the influencing stuff and like the content creation and like the social media stuff. I've always had like a passion for that, and I just know that like I love like meeting other brand owners like across the world, like having client conferences in like Sweden and like traveling and stuff. So it's a super cool experience that I think anyone can like start like a social media, like even if like just to learn it. Like you have a phone, you have your laptop, and like there are definitely things out there that you could utilize to kind of help you in your like social media journey. So
and if there was one piece of advice that you would want to give to anybody who's listening or watching, what would it be? You could say it to me or directly into that camera right there.
Just focus on finding your purpose, and I think that will motivate you and inspire you to just
do better.
Yeah, to do better. Yeah.
Put your work in, find your why. We've talked about it in the past.
Yeah.
What's your why? Once you got it, just go chase it.
Yeah.
Right? Keep
you
rising.
got it. You
Keep
got
rising.
it. Let it flow. It'll all work out.
One day at a time, you keep rising.
Yes, sir.
And I think this is the best way to end off the podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to check out Blake. We'll link his channel all in the description below.
Yes,
if you haven't already, subscribe. If you like the video, like what you heard, maybe give it a like as well. We're live every Tuesday morning on 11:30 a.m. at the UMFM radio station, 101.5 FM. We're on all streaming platforms, so check it out there. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Blake. Let's go.